We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Detroit! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Detroit!
And Mayfield just getting the play off. And he's got his man on the out route. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. A first down carry here for Johnson. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney! Watch him now, Barney!
On 2nd down, Johnson. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. He loses 4, and it brings up fourth. The Browns send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. They'll run it now out of the guns. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Man open right side, it's Rodgers. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Out of the gun, Brissett. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And he rifles one incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Detroit! Gone!
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38!
2nd down, Brissett. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Brissett now on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Flex round! Flex round!
From the shotgun, it's Brissett, eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts are in for 6.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Mayfield to throw it. Flush to his right. And an alley to run. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Play fake. Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, and it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Ohio! Flex round!
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I do believe the offense got this back. Goodness, they did. Their own 1-yard line is where they got it back, cutting it close here. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
They begin the drive with Johnson, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. He'll buy some time right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Burns. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
No, check. Patriot! Gun!
From the gun, Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Gun!
To throw, Mayfield. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And his kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Now Brissett escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play. And just like that, it's third down. Brissett eluding the pressure right into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. Here's Brissett. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play, don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
The Colts on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Brissett. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So no surprise if Vinatieri able to convert there. He is, of course, the owner of the NFL record for most postseason field goals.
Hard to believe he was undrafted coming out of college. And now here he is into his 40s, and he's still one of the best kickers around.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
A first down throw for Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burns. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. .14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on first down.
Flex round! Flex round!
They just get the play off. Now Brissett. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. after the incomplete pass. Here now is 2nd and 10.
Ohio!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They go play action with Brissett. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Colts on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Brissett sets to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not much room to operate as they'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Brissett now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw, Brissett. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cornelder. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Detroit! Detroit!
Following the interception, Mayfield being chased out left. Throw left side complete. That's Burns. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Desmond King picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On play action, Brissett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Doyle. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Brissett now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Second down, Brissett. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Colts on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. from the shotgun. It's Brissett. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They start on the ground here with Blunt. Room past the 20 and all the way up to the 21-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
3-19! 3-19!
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
First down, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. Uses the spin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now it's the backup, Bridgewater. And he fires one incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another. Another errant throw as a result.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
4 down, 4 down. Delta. Delta.
Bridgewater. Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. It's caught at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
They get it to him running left. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. He'll get it up the middle. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Throwing, Mayfield. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Brissett now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Mack. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. Brissett now on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Derek Kindred there to get a hand on that one. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, This feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing, Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Delta. Delta.
Second down, Bridgewater. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 63 yards receiving for him. Now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
2nd down, Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for the Browns. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a carry for Blunt. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Lucky 56. Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They go to Johnson again. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. On the toss, this is Blunt. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And his kick is indeed good. And they jump out in front here. It's 11-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Flex round! Flex round!
A first down throw for Brissett. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. A huge play that time for the Colts. 59 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They'll run with Mack. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chris Long in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Charles Tapper in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long.